Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nuwaira Syara binti Umar Ali. My metric number is S65518. So today, I would like to present on the key audit matters in question 2 and 3. Regarding the companies I choose is Anum Berhad. The main focus of the three key audit matters in annual report Anum Berhad is the first one is initial audit engagement opening balance of the subsidiaries. Amount associated with the purchase of the intangible asset through subsidiaries acquisition were included in the starting balance of these liabilities. The second one is intangible asset partial accounting software. Future cash flow prediction, a technique for estimating the software worth, serve as the basis for this impairment. The last one is operating expense specifically to the securities and factories maintenance fee. Extra audit process were carried out in addition to the standard ones, since there were concerns about the legitimacy of 1,500,000 ringgit in securities and factories maintenance payment. Key audit matters in annual report Annual Berhad is the first one is initial audit engagement, specifically to the opening balance of the subsidiaries. The ethical issues that arise from Annual Berhad is they manipulate the deferred tax liabilities to have a smooth earning. So in the discussion, how Annual Berhad do is by manipulate the timing of recognizing revenue and expense so that they can correct fictitious temporary differences. By recognizing revenue and expense earlier or expense later, this could lead to the higher deferred tax liabilities. So the auditor must prevent this by do a inherent risk of deferred tax obligations. This to determine the lack of sufficient internal control make these accounts vulnerable to substantial misrepresentations. Other than that, auditor may compare the deferred tax liability report in the financial statements to the detailed calculations and ensure that they are consistent with temporary differences identified. So the key audit matters issues for the second one is intangible asset, which is specifically to the PESIO accounting software. The ethical issues that Anu Berhad has a tendency to either present impairment losses as less than their true size or to postpone their recognition. So what the Anu Berhad do is in order to hide impairment losses from stakeholder, they put under other non-operating expenditures or unusual items. The impairment loss for partial accounting software is included in administrative expense instead of being clearly labeled. So what the auditor must do to prevent this is to find any significant sums that could be incorrectly categorized. Auditor should examine the combinations of spending categories such as administrative expense and unusual items. So, the auditors must look into the calculations and reasoning underlying the impairment assessment if they feel that impairment losses are being hidden. This entails examining growth rate assumption, cash flow projections, and the discount rate applied to determine the recoverable amount of assets. Lastly, the key audit matters issues is operating expense, specifically to the securities and factory maintenance fees. The ethical issues that Anubur had could be due is by there are risks that cash transactions are not appropriately accounted for or that conceal improper activities arise. In these discussions, how did Omnipod do is by making unauthorized payment to the related parties or for personal benefit. Compared to the electronic transfers or check, cash payments are more challenging to track it down and validate. So how did the auditors prevent this is by do a some substantive testing by the first one is examining bank reconciliations. Auditor confirms that the bank statements and the cash balance listed in the general ledgers are matched. So the auditor can check by pending checks and deposit in route. For the tracing and vouching, the auditors attest for them by comparing them to supporting documentation such as invoice or receipt. For the tracing, And the alternate ensures that all cash receipts are recorded in the accounting system to verify the completeness. That's all for me. Thank you.